Good morning, Guardians. Briar Rabbit here. I hope you're all having a fantastic Wednesday. Today should prove to be a very exciting day for gamers and for techies, as we have two major press conferences, one by Sony to presumably announce the PlayStation Neo, and another by Apple to announce the iPhone 7. As a nerd, I'm in a bit of a tizzy. But that's not why we're here. We're here to talk about Destiny, and that, friends, is exactly what we're going to do. In our first story, Redditor Dukeness posted an excellent guide on how best to use your currencies to level up fast in Rise of Iron. Now, I've talked about power leveling a new expansion in the past, and frankly, I warn against it. Not only will it lead to you burning through the available PvE content very quickly, but it can also take away a bit of the carrot on a stick that Destiny has to offer. If you jump into Rise of Iron and immediately get all of the best loot, then the drive to continue playing may be diminished. That being said, Bungie has chosen to launch the Wrath of the Machine raid only 3 days after the release of Rise of Iron. Many players, myself included, would like to jump into the raid blind, and maybe even compete for a world's first completion. To do this, you're going to want to increase your light level as quickly as possible. And Dukeness has been kind enough to post a very informative guide on how best to get this done. He uses quite a bit of math and logic to determine the most efficient path of leveling up vendors and getting that sweet new vendor loot. If you've got Glimmer, you should be buying and saving weapon parts. Strange coins are most efficiently used by buying heavy ammo from Xur. And he has several tips on how to maximize your bank of legendary marks. It really is a strong article. I recommend going and checking it out, read the whole thing. I'll put a link down in the description of this video. Next up, if you tried to play any Destiny yesterday, you may have realized that the PlayStation Network was down. Now, this is the third time the PlayStation Network has been basically shut down in the course of about 3 weeks, and the second time in September alone. This has got a lot of Destiny players worried that when the Rise of Iron is released, or when the Wrath of the Machine raid is released, that PlayStation Network may not be able to handle it, or it may just be down for unrelated reasons. This comes on the heels of Sony actually announcing a price increase for the PlayStation Network service from $59.99 a year to $69.99 a year. A change that hasn't made a lot of players happy. In addition to that, it also happened a day before Sony's press conference, in which we expect to see details of the new PlayStation Neo. Now, this is really bad timing for Sony for the PSN to be going down so frequently. Again, they just announced a price increase for using the PSN service. They've got new hardware on the horizon, but they haven't proven to us that they have a reliable service. And that is really bad news for Destiny fans or for any player who plays games on the PlayStation Network. To me, this is really unacceptable. Sony needs to work this shit out in a bad way. In the past, I was able to be more tolerant of Sony's bad network because either it was free or it was a reduced cost to Xbox Live service, which seemingly rarely ever goes down in the many years I've been using it. And I just find that if they want to compete with Microsoft in the Xbox Live service, especially at an equal price, they just need to get that network up and running in a more stable manner. There's other issues besides it just going down. It also has extraordinarily slow download speeds and other issues as well. So I'd really like to see Sony put some time and effort into making the PSN network better, as opposed to just making it cost more. In the lead up to World of Warcraft's newest expansion, there's been a little bit of talk that there would be an homage to Destiny, and Redditor Morbid Desire actually showed us today what exactly is going on. As you can see, Xur is now in World of Warcraft. He's selling an item called Crota's Shield. It's cool to see this kind of thing. It's just a nice homage from one developer to another saying, hey, we like your game. We're going to put a little tribute to it in our game. It's just a fun little Easter egg to see. So that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to submit a story for tomorrow's Good Morning Guardians or any Good Morning Guardians in the future, hit me up on Twitter, put the hashtag Good Morning Guardians in your tweet, and I will review it for submission to the show. Thank you very much for watching. Have an awesome day. I will see you tomorrow.